Korea. A new day dawns in the town of Gangneung, a destination that offers sandy beaches and spectacular sunrises. But today, they're here for the ice. For some, it's a measuring stick. Are they primed and ready for the fast-approaching World Championships? For others, it's one final chance to earn a ticket to the big dance. A new day of opportunity for those who see it, seek it, pursue it. With an international title and Moscow momentum at stake, the Four Continents Figure Skating Championships are next. It is the final event leading up to the World Championships in Moscow. We are here in Gangneung on the eastern coast of the Republic of Korea, the newest of the ISU International Championships. North America represented here, along with Africa, skaters from the Republic of South Africa, also Australia and New Zealand, Oceania, if you will. And of course, skaters are here from Asia, and they have all come from all around the globe to the Republic of Korea, to an area of this country that is known as the winter sports hub of Asia. They narrowly lost out on the bid for the 2010 Olympics to Vancouver. They'd like to get it back here, and this is the arena they'd like to host the figure skating in, the Gangneung Ice Center. Terry Gannon along with Paul Wiley, Peter Carruthers. Susie Wynn joins us in just a little bit. All four disciplines on tap here at the Four Continents Championships. And we begin with the men, and on the ice warming up right now. Guy who's had a good season, Paul, Cheng Zheng-Li of China.
Well, yes, the Grand Prix bronze medalist. He's one of the world's preeminent jumpers with 2 quads he could do in the long program and a quad triple combination that he used to win the short. It's a little bit weak in the artistic components, though, and that provides an opportunity for America's Evan Lysacek.
Yeah, the recent bronze medalist at the U.S. Championships. He's had some boot problems, has not been able to hit the quad so far.
Right, he showed the quad in practice, but as you mentioned, some boot problems caused him to miss his triple flip in the short, which ended him in 5th. He's a complete skater with efficient jumps and an easy, elegant style, and the long program is where he can shine.
Peter Carruthers has more.
Terry, Evan Lysacek may try his quad in competition, but his success or failure on it could depend largely on his skates. Last week in Chicago, he had his skates rebuilt, but when he arrived here in Korea, they quickly broke down, so he's been using tape for added strength. But the important point is that Evan has been landing this quad in practice, and it looks pretty good. If he lands it in competition, that'll be the first time that he does it, and certainly it will set him up nicely for the World Championships next month.
Yeah, Peter, that would be huge. He's got every other aspect of the skating down, but if he could get the quad going to Moscow, that would be big. Cheng Zheng-Li has the lead after the short program. There you see the 2 Americans, Matt Savoy right now, just ahead of Evan Lysacek, who is a little less than 9 points off the lead of Lee going into the free skate.
On the ice, our next skater representing Japan, Daisuke Takahashi.
So here we go. The new international scoring system in place, the same one that will be used at the World Championships in Moscow. Up first for the men, in 3rd place after the short program, Daisuke Takahashi. Nakayama, Japan, 18 years of age. Recently came in 6th at the Japanese National Championships.
Takahashi wastes no time opening with a quad triple combination. Watch for the expressiveness of his upper body movement. Oh, bad fall, under-rotated the quad. Very difficult to come back from that.
Takahashi, like a number of skaters here at the Four Continents Championship, fighting for the last spot for his country's world team going to Moscow.
He'll have to do a little better than a step out on the triple axel there. There's a great quality of his edges and footwork, and watch for difficult levels on spins as well. This program choreographed by Tatiana Tarasova. Takahashi does the Tale of Two Cities, trains in Moscow and Okayama. A double triple axel attempt there. The double axel worth about 4 points less than a triple axel in the base mark. Then the judges add or subtract grades of execution of up to 3 points. Now, one of the areas where Takahashi excels is the circular footwork. He's going clockwise, which is a different direction than most. And look at the different directions and turns and difficult steps that he puts in this.
It has not been a great season for Takahashi. He withdrew from Skate America in the Grand Prix Series, came in 11th at Grand Prix Paris. Last year, he was the bronze medalist at the Japanese Nationals. But he is in line to grab that remaining spot for the world team. Takeshi Honda, the man who won the Japanese title, will certainly be there. Japan, maybe more than any other country, using the 4 continents as the testing ground and a place where skaters can earn a trip to Moscow.
Triple flip. What I like about Takahashi is that you never know when the jumps are coming. It's not like he telegraphs anything. And this footwork, very, very interesting changes of direction. There's a lot of good fight in Takahashi's performance here. Wanting to go to the Worlds in Moscow pretty badly.
Well, he came into the free skate less than 4 points off the lead in 3rd place. A few problems, especially early on. Crowd certainly loved it, though. Got a great reaction from the crowd here in Gangneung. Daisuke Takahashi from Japan.
At 18, I think there's a lot of potential here. The opening quad toe, though, under-rotated. The right arm just not very efficient here in getting that rotation. He's tilted, and his foot at about 3/4, the blade doesn't go backwards, it goes sideways instead. Tough fall to get up from, but this footwork, an excellent display of going in both directions, doing twizzles in both directions, maintaining a lot of flow across the ice. Good balance, never getting a foot off. And then one stop and start there, which He flows right through. That's a requirement to make it a higher level.
Takahashi from Japan.
3 levels, 1, 2, and 3.
Technical score,
Judge,
please.
technical specialist actually
His technical
designates
score
what
is 60.67.
level the spin or the
The
footwork
program component
will
score,
be,
please.
and the judges judge that. This new international system, third after the short. Here we go, 123.83 for the free skate. Overall, 192.2. Now, a little smile on his face, so I think he likes that number.
Well, getting close to 200 is always good, Terry, and I think that's probably his best performance all year.
Yeah, if you're over 200, it is a terrific performance in this new system, but not too far off of that. Daisuke Takahashi. Still to come, Belbin and Augusto look to lead what could be an American sweep in the free dance. Plus, we'll have the pairs, China looking to dominate there. And also, a battle for the ladies, especially the Japanese ladies. Seguri, Anda looking for the final spot at Worlds. Kirk looks to win it for the U.S. The ISU Four Continents Figure Skating Championships on ESPN2, brought to you by to Gangneung here in South Korea, about 4 hours east of Seoul. Second time that South Korea has hosted the Four Continents Figure Skating Championships. Last time it was in Jeonju. Here is Chen Zhengli of China, the 5-time Chinese champion. He has the lead after the short program, about 3 points ahead after the short. 25 years of age from Changchun, China.
Chen Zhengli is one of the foremost jumpers in the world. He skated a clean short here to win it with a quad triple. He has a packed opening with quad triple combination followed by a quad Salchow. Quadruple toe loop, triple toe loop, beautiful jump.
That looked easy.
Yeah, he's an amazing jumper.
Lee will be going to the World Championships for the 6th time in his career. Last year, very disappointing though. He came in 10th. He was a little bit injured, but that was his worst placement ever at Worlds. He almost medaled the year before.
And now setting up the quad Salchow, one of the few skaters in the world who can do 2 different ones. Popped it into a triple. It's a very odd feeling to pop something that's of a greater rotation into a lesser rotation. But you just know that it's off, so you have to do it.
But if you're a jumper, and that's how you make your living, after a mistake like that, you really have to feel the pressure.
That's right, because it shows that you might feel off in your boots or and there's a triple axel turned into a double. So that's the second mistake. This is his bread and butter, so he needs to come back from this now. The components, the artistic side of the skating is Chen Zhengli's weaker side. The skating skills, transitions, choreography, execution, and interpretation is where he has fallen short. The jumps, like the triplettes here, are his strength. Now compare the rest that he's taking here to Daisuke Takahashi and the flurry of activity that was going on there. It takes a lot more energy to do what Takahashi's doing. This is his footwork sequence. Remember how fast Takahashi's was, this very slow. Although getting in the elements, the difficult, turns, but just not as hard when you're going that slowly.
Can slow be difficult though? Can you make it difficult?
It can, but not in that wasn't. He's going for a second triple axel here, actually a first, but needs that jump. Stepped out of there.
So he's missed both the triple axels.
Right.
Struggled with the quad and can't make up for it in the artistic
components.
side. And this has been a good event for him over the years. He's medaled 4 times, including a win in 2001.
Triple South single toe loop. This just is not vintage Cheng Cheng Lee, and I'm wondering, he's mentioned some boot problems himself, and I'm wondering if that is actually causing some of this difficulty. He needs to square it away before he gets to Moscow, though. He's got some other countrymen who are pushing him from behind. And a comment that I've made all season, which is I really feel like the choreography needs to be addressed. This the spin, really takes it down and does not finish on a high note. And I feel like he has such tremendous potential with his jumps that given the right setup, he could be scoring and maybe even medaling at the Worlds.
Yeah, even without an improvement on the artistic side, he's a wild card in any event, because if he hits his jumps, they're better than most other skaters' jumps. Obviously, he did not do that here in Kangneung. Cheng Cheng Lee, a struggle in the free skate after winning the short program and having the lead.
But the opening jump was textbook. Watch the right side, the right leg and arm, uses them as a lever. Unbelievable how he gets that rotation, nice and tight, great ride out. The second triple axel deep into the program, a little tilted, a little loose, but on his heel on the landing, he cannot control it. You have to be on the front part of that skate to get a good ride out.
192.29, the number to beat. Daisuke Takahashi posting that just a moment ago. Technical elements not as high as Cheng Cheng Lee would like because of those mistakes, and that's where he usually makes his move right there. 63.72 for him for program components, actually
not quite that bad, yeah.
And 121.99 for the free skate, so 194.09, and he takes first place over Takahashi. So he's got the lead, at least for the moment, but now he'll have to sit, watch, and wait to see if he can hold it. Up next, the American bronze medalist, Evan Lysacek, with a great chance to win for the first time on the senior international level. But first, Paul takes a look at an Olé ice move.
A skater does not receive full credit for a jump if the intended rotation is not completed in the air. If the skater lands on the ice with a half or a quarter rotation to go, he will complete that rotation on the ice to reach the required backward landing position. Skaters call this a cheated landing. We'll be back with more skating in a moment.
It's your new home for the ISU World Figure Skating Championships. Our 4-day exclusive coverage begins March 17th. It'll be chilly. The action, though, will be great in the Russian capital. Meanwhile, the Four Continents Figure Skating Championships continue here in Kangneung, South Korea. There's Evan Lysacek on the ice warming up. He's coached by Ken Kinjemi and Frank Carroll. Frank is not here, however. He fractured his femur back at the practice facility in Los Angeles.
With Frank having the injury that he did, all our thoughts are with him, and he's doing really well recovering at home. We're hoping he'll be able to go to the Worlds. But I've been working with Ken every day, and we were getting ready. Basically, we knew what we needed to work on, and it didn't affect training too much. We knew exactly what we had to do, and we know Frank will be ready to come back to the rink hopefully soon, and we'll all join again as a team. But right now, we have to work together really hard and put our brains together as to what we can accomplish every day.
On the ice.
Yeah, we send out our best to Frank, who slipped on the ice back in LA. I hear he's telling people he's on a triple axel, though. The story grows. Here's Lysacek, the 19-year-old originally from Naperville, Illinois, just outside of Chicago. Recent bronze medalist at the U.S. Championships, making his first trip to the World Championships. There's the tape right there on the boot that Peter Carruthers mentioned a few minutes ago, so many skaters having boot problems, and Lysacek, one of those, who was on a flight that was not the same flight as his boots, his skates. The airline lost his skates for a while.
It's a nightmare to show up without your boots. The boots are so important in figure skating, obviously a balance point. And
why in this sport, though, with all the progress in terms of materials and in other sports, shoes that have gone and sneakers that have gone off the charts, are we still wearing the old heavy leather boots?
Because there's nothing like leather and glue.
But there seems to be
yeah,
more and
would
more
be nice
in the
to
way
see
of
in
problems.
advance.
Here's Lysacek.
Evan coming off of a great nationals. He even got a 6.0 there. But now trying maybe to add a quad to his repertoire. Saw it in practice. Nope, he's going to go for the, it looks like a triple axel into a double toe loop combination. That's worth 8.8 base points, very difficult. Evan is an efficient rotator in the air. His jumps maybe not as explosive as you might see on Johnny Weir or Plushenko, but he can do them all. Triple flip, triple toe loop. That worth 9.5 in base points, very high degree of difficulty. Second triple axel here. A little flip out on the landing. Not all is lost there, but now an easygoing interpretation that's going to give him some good component scores. This program really strong at several events this year. Evan, along with other skaters, boosting the difficulty of their jumps by entering with different elements like a Wally jump right there.
Which Wally was that named after, by the way?
Nate Wally.
Ah, there you go. Evan battling some stomach problems here in Korea, which is almost redundant. We travel to Korea, that seems to go with the territory.
And every jump after this point in the program is worth a bonus because it's later in the program, worth 10% more. He has quite a few that he'll tick through.
I don't want to put you on the spot, but do you see some of yourself in Evan Lysacek?
Well, he's a lot taller than I am, but
wasn't going to bring that up.
yeah, but I think what I see is somebody who's interpreting the music, you know, who cares about the music, and maybe that would be some area.
Exactly.
The music is an asset that a skater can choose to use or not use, and I think that's important. It can't be just about doing the jumps, or else you leave a lot on the table. At 19, you know, Evan has done the whole junior circuit. He's won the Junior Grand Prix. Now he's making his first appearance at Worlds next month. He's just really building his career. It's fun to see. Difficult triplets at the end of the program, beautiful. This is an awesome performance for Evan here. I think you can expect great things from Evan. This is a fantastic step in his career, the Four Continents Championship here.
One of his best, and you can tell by his reaction, the smile at the end of the performance. And unlike Cheng Jeng Lee, finishing with a fury, the fast spin, and leaving that in the minds of the judges. Back with his marks in a moment.
It's the last.
Second one he had trouble on. The air position not quite as tight. He got a little bit on the heel on his landing there and had to flip out.
But he knew it at the end. Not without mistakes, but a great performance for Lysacek. Still only 19 years of age. We forget that. He's been around for a few years, seen him many times. 194.09 as he sits there along with his coach, Ken Kinjemi. That's the number to beat of Cheng Jeng Lee. And the total for the free skate, 133.14. That's going to do it. 196.39 over Lee into first place. Lysacek wins the gold for the first time ever at an ISU championship.
You know, he knocked on the door of the Junior Worlds 3 times, and so this is a big day for Evan to win this.
And just now realizing it, me? Yeah, it's you. You won the gold. And Kinjemi, with his femur intact, unlike Frank Carroll, applauding from the kissing cry. So here are your final results. Lysacek, the first American to win an ISU championship gold medal since Todd Eldridge back in 1996 at the World Championships. Lee second, Takahashi from Japan ends up in third, and the winner is with Peter Carruthers right now.
Evan Lysacek pulls from 5th to 1st place, but you took out the quad. Why?
I took it out tonight because it wasn't exactly an optimal condition for me to try it here. I had some boot problems early in the week in the short program, and I just have really old skates, and they're not really holding up real well. I'm feeling a little bit under the weather, so this wasn't the right time to try it, but it's going well in practice, and I'm hoping to pull it out at the Worlds.
Nonetheless, a big win here. What does this do for your confidence looking toward the Worlds?
Yeah, big win. I'm totally psyched about it tonight, and I think it'll give me a big booster, and I'll want to go home and work real hard for the Worlds.
Well, congratulations.
Thanks, Peter.
All right, Peter, the Americans 1 for 1 so far, but much more to come. Fumi Saguri leads after the short program. Great battle between her and her Japanese teammate, Yoshi Anda, for that final spot at the World Championships in Moscow. Jenny Kirk trying to spoil that party. She's currently in third. But up next, the free dance. Manin and O'Meara. Belbin and Augusto. Along with Gregory and Petyakov. All 3 teams from the U.S. There's never been a sweep in ice dance at the Four Continents Championships. The U.S. looks to take all 3 spots. The free dance comes your way next from Gangneung in South Korea. The Four Continents Championships roll on.